I just finished all EASA ATPL exams. All 13 subjects done, thank God, finished it with that. In my last sitting, 7 exams, 3 days, every single one about 90%. Quite surprised myself as well. And one was a perfect 100. And I'm 42, I didn't read a single textbook, I have a full-time job and a family, and nobody talked to me about what actually happened in that exact room. So this video isn't about how I studied, that will be the next one. This one is about what actually happened when you walk into the exact room at the Croatian CAA in my case, because trust me, I didn't expect some stuff to happen for sure. Quick overview. I studied for 14 months. I split my exams into 2 sittings. 6 exams in November, 7 in March, 3 exams a day maximum, 3 days each sitting. So no more than 3 in a single day. Normally it's just 2 exams per day. And there is a nice detail. Within each day you choose the order. So I took the hard subject in the morning when my brain was fresh, and left the easier one for later. If you're talking this exam, think about that strategy. 3 exams a day sounds intense, but each one has its time limit, of course. You finish, you breathe, you can walk a little bit, and you move to the next one. That part was manageable. The exam schedule is provided for you by CAA, though in my case, they told me when the particular exams happen in which particular day, so that was okay for me, the schedule was okay. But what caught me off guard was everything else. So picture this, you've been studying for over a year for the last sitting, you sit down, you're focused, you're ready, and then, is it a drill? Yes. That is a drill. Actual construction happening while I'm doing my ATPL exams. Drilling, hammering, some people talking around me, a lot of noise and people coming, going, asking questions. And here's the fun part. It happened during both sittings. 2 different buildings, 2 different parts of the city. Apparently they scheduled that construction to coincide with my exam periods. I don't know. I'm starting to think it's a part of the test. Nobody warns you about this. Every practice exams you've been done was probably in your quiet room with some coffee, the real thing, quite a chaos actually. And then there is testing system. You know, a question bank like ATPL questions where I practice it. You click next, previews, jump to any question, fast, smooth, perfect, done. The real exact systems, every click you are waiting. When you are under time pressure, the seconds of loading just crank up the stress, really. You can't flip around like you used to. That was a real surprise for me. Like, I wanted maybe to go and review the questions that I answered, but with this kind of speed of the system, it was basically impossible. It was better on the second sitting, but on the first one it was really hard. And the reference material, interesting point, some exams come with attachments, right? Charts, data, and I expect them to be printed out, all of them in front of me. But nope, some are electronic, buried in menus and tabs. I was spending time just to hunting where these things are hidden. That's time I didn't plan to lose. And I was asking guys, they were trying to figure out where they are, so that took me a little bit of time. What did I bring? Like a normal calculator, scientific calculator, and the ruler and pen and all that stuff. But I also brought a Jepson manual. This whole Jepson manual, I brought it with me, and I asked if I could use it. And I've been told, yeah. They examined it, they didn't find any markings. And they say, yeah, you can use that. I didn't use it much, honestly. I used maybe just to check some abbreviation or some pictograms on the chart or something like that. So it was not a big help, but it was nice to have it. Now the actual questions. This is what everyone wants to know. So let me be specific. For the memorization heavy subjects like, air law, human performance and stuff like that, I would say most of the questions felt somehow familiar. Not identical, of course, to what I've seen in my preparation, but not surprising either. The concepts were close enough that I could recognize what they were asking. One moment. I didn't go through all the question bank, I didn't have time for that, but that I'll be talking more in the next video. But then there is an instrumentation. For whatever reason, that one felt like I was seeing most of the question for the first time. Genuinely new material, that was humbling. That was the first sitting and I took on that, I believe, 75%. So I changed my preparation after that a little bit. And across all subjects, I would get maybe a few questions per exam that completely surprised me. Things I would never see, never prepared for. You just have to accept that's a part of it. And then the close answer choices, you're storing at 4 options and 2 of them are practically identical. Human performance was the worst for this. You're sitting there in 42 and questioning like every life decision that led you to this moment. But you push through it. You always push through it, and if your foundation is solid, a few tricky questions won't sink your ship. And one more important thing, time. It varies massively between subjects. Like general navigation and most of the subjects, I finished it early, walked out thinking that went okay, got the result 100%. Yeah, I was surprised as well. I genuinely didn't expect that. But for flight planning, for example, I finished it with 5 minutes left. 5 minutes, that was tight. I was answering the last question knowing there was almost no buffer. And I recall some exam on the first sitting as well. It was quite tight. So don't assume every subject has the same pacing. Some are relaxed, some will push you to the last minute. And yeah, despite all of that, the drilling, the slow interface, the hidden materials, the curveball questions, thank God I still pulled it off. You saw the numbers at the start. The minimum pass is 75%. And on the last sitting, yeah, I didn't just pass. I quite pass. Okay. And I'm driving home. When I was driving home after finishing all my exams, and trying to figure out what's the scenario that might be for this video, talking with my AI, I feel fine, you know, 40 months of study and I'm not burned out, not even little. That tells you that method works, my method of study works, not just for passing, but for surviving it with your sanity intact. So that's a real exam experience. That's a Croatian CAA, noisy room, slow software, hidden materials, and answer choices designed to break your spirit. It's messy, it's stressful, and it's quite nothing like I practice at home, but the results speak for themselves. If I can do this at 42 with family, with a job, you can do it too. You just have to put it in the effort and organize your study properly. And in the next video, that's exactly what I will talk about, how I organized my study. But I'll tell you the key point right now. It was one app, one single app, and that app that I built myself. Yeah, I've been a software engineer for many years. It's called ATPL Cards. You can download it right now or wait until I talk more about that later. And it's free. Send me a message, like and subscribe, free for you. Yeah, it's kind of like a promo code. You can see on a screenshot where you can send me a message. I'll go into all details in the next video. Don't miss it. And tell me in the comments, yeah, what ATPL subjects you're most worried about. For me, it was human performance and air law, just to be honest. So much stuff to memorize, and I'm not good with that. Let me know, guys. Let me know yours. And see you next video. Ciao.